Hola clase. If you're listening to this, that means you were absent March 21st on a Monday. So I'm going to walk you through some of the pieces that we looked at today where we were learning about el preterito, the preterite tense, the past tense in Espanol. On Schoology, there's a PDF document called Preterite Lecture, and I would get that out. Because on Friday and Monday, we talked about the top 3 sections. The first one we did was the preterite endings for AR verbs. It's going to be haste, o, amos, and aron. Then we looked at ER and IR verb endings in el preterito. That's going to be iste, yo, imos, and ieron. An example of those verbs: hablé, hablaste, habló, don't forget the accent, hablamos, and hablaron. ER and IR verb, we can do corrí, corriste, corrió, corrimos, corrieron. That's all you have to do for AR and ER and IR verbs in el preterito, or in the past tense. The easiest thing to do is to memorize these charts. Alright. Now I'm going to get to what we started today. In English, as an example, there's a lot of spelling changes. For example, puppy, P-U-P-P-Y, if we want to talk about multiple puppy, we have to change it to I-E-S. There are some spelling changes that happen just like that in Spanish also. So now I'm going to be talking about this section in the top right hand corner right there. The first one is G to GU, and that happens before an E or I. For example, the verb jugar, which means to play. Normally it would be like that, following our chart, but they don't let that work, and they put a U in there. Jugué. Another spelling rule is C to QU. And that happens also before an E or an I. For instance, we have the verb tocar, to play an instrument. So in the yo form, it would be like that, but we would pronounce that tose, and Spanish just doesn't allow you to do that. So we change the C to a Q, put in a U, and keep the E. Yo toqué. There's 2 other spelling changes, but I'm going to get this all erased before we keep going. If those of you were gone or on the band trip and are listening, I hope you had un tiempo fantástico. Yo fui a la ciudad de Nueva York, and it was really interesante. Okay. The third spelling change is Z to C before an E or I. So let's do empezar, which means to begin. The yo form would be like that. But Spanish doesn't let us keep the Z. So it becomes empecé. Empecé. We change the Z to a C. The last spelling rule is I to Y in between two vowels. For example, leer means to read. In the yo form, it's perfectly fine. We don't need to worry about it. But if we try to do it in the la usted form, we get leyo, and that is a lot of vowels. So whenever an I in the preterite is in between two other vowels, we change it to a Y. Leyo. Try it in the AS y ellos en ustedes form. Leyeron. That's way too many vowels, so we're going to change it to a Y. Leyeron. Those are the spelling changes that we did today. And if you go ahead to the practice sheet that's loaded on our absences folder for Monday, March 21st, you should now be able to use these in your notes and complete the assignment. Nos vemos mañana. Adiós.